Here we go, 1:18 p.m. on Friday. It is Friday, April 28th, 2023. We are less than 2 hours until the bell rings. Ding a ding a ding ding ding. And the markets close for today and of course through the weekend. Wanted to show you a watch list that I'm working on. It's over at the Dividend Tracker, which I'm finding to be a very useful resource. I will link my, what would you call it? It's a referral link. So if you wanted to check out the Dividend Tracker and decided to join their premium service, then you can use my link, pay the same amount of money, maybe even get a little bit of a discount, and that would make it very nice. So I will put that in the description. Very simple to use, very easy to look at. That's part of the appeal to me, is to have things lined up and then be visually appealing for a regular brain like mine to understand. So this list consists of the Dividend Aristocrats that also are optionable, meaning you could trade options on them, and they are weekly options. So this is the list. That's it. That's the only companies that are on the list that are Dividend Aristocrats and are weekly optionable. So just a quick eyeball test. I was thinking, well, let's look at the companies that are in the red today. Is there an opportunity to sell some puts or some put credit spreads on them? And they would be companies that we'd want to own in the worst case scenario. So Archer, Daniels, Midland, you've probably heard me talk about them before, not in depth, but I've been looking at them. So I wanted to look at what their option would present, any opportunity. And they have, this is a May 5th, so 1 week from today, in just 7 days. And they're currently at 78.07. All right. And then if we look at Yahoo Finance, what have they done like the last month? They were riding high up here in the 80s. And then they dumped all the way down to 76, and they're climbing their way back up. Climbing their way up to you, babe. So I thought, they got a decent dividend, 2, 3, 4. And it's a company that's been around for a very long time and a profitable company. If we click through on the Archer Daniels, let's take a closer look at them to see that they have a super sweet dividend grade of 88, which combines a number of factors: growth, safety, payout ratio, things of that nature. So if we look at their market cap, they're a $44 billion company. This has it listed as a 231 dividend. Yahoo has it as a 234. Their payout ratio is very low. They do have some growth over the last 5 years. That's not huge growth, but it is growth. 33-year dividend streak. Their beta is low, meaning that they don't move around a whole lot, with a 1 being kind of an even number as far as a average threshold for beta. Price to sales is good. PEG ratio is high. PE ratio is pretty good. Price to book, decent. So they look like a very strong company. If we look at the opportunity 7 days from now, if we roll the dice and we take our chances, we would go with the $77 strike and then buy the $75 put to create a pretty good sized credit. Let's see what happens when we click on the buy for the 75. Oh boy, it changed dramatically. It changed dramatically. Let's go back. Let me go back here. Let me move down. Changes the credit, knocks that credit in half, going down to 76. But what does 74 do? It goes all the way up to 15. Go back here, carry the 1. Okay, so maybe May 5th isn't the trade for us. Let's look at May 12th, 14 days out. Let's just see here, $75 strike, and then we click through 72. That's still not enough. It's not enough, man. It is not enough action. So I would imagine that the volatility is very low, 23% plus. Currently it's in the green, so that is, yeah, it's going flat, beginning to work against us. So maybe they are not the company for us at this very moment for this trade. Let's look at the next one just to see if it has a different field to it. Excuse me. Cardinal Health, ticker symbol CAH. It's pretty much unchanged today. CAH. Let's look over here. Cardinal Health has a dividend of 2.45. Okay, so they do have earnings next week, which is going to make them, their implied volatility is going to be higher. Year to date, how they look. Whoa. We missed a pretty good opportunity through here. So that one, let's just take that off the table for two reasons. One, it's had a big run up recently, considered overvalued over here on Yahoo Finance, and they're reporting their earnings. So let's move to the next one, and that is Hormel Foods. Hormel Foods, ticker HRL. See what they have to say. They are paying a dividend of 2.76%. They don't report earnings until the end of May. They're considered overvalued by the Yahoo. Let's look at year to date. Now, see, they're off their year highs down here. What do our friends over at Seeking Alpha have to say about Hormel? They are saying that it is a what? What's their ratings on it? They're saying it is a hold. Hold your horses. We got some cells in here as well. So this is just quick eyeball tests that I like to use to see, should I be looking at them more closely? So let's go to their dividends just one more level, because they got great dividend scores. They have a 272 dividend yield. What does dividend yield theory say? So if we look over at their yield, so dividend yield theory says they're undervalued because their average is 205 and their current forward is 272. Let's see what our friends over here at Alpha Crunching or Alpha Spread are saying about Hormel. Do they feel that it's undervalued? They're saying it's basically fairly valued. There's 1% undervalued. So again, that doesn't stick out, does it? IBM, we already have a play on IBM. We put on a nice little trade on them when they were downtown in Chinatown, and that's worked out for us so far. What about Kimberly-Clark? They're down 1.31% today. Did they just report and the market didn't like it? Let's see. Kimberly and the Clark. Come on, Internet. You can give us some more reports. Maybe not. All right, KMB. KMB over here. I'm boring myself in this video. I apologize. Whenever my brain is trying to do more than one thing at a time, it just like shuts down. It comes to a screeching halt. Okay, so they're thinking that it's overvalued by 21%. What does our friends over at Simply Investing say about Kimberly Clark? You know what? I bet it was up on that last screen because I had plugged in a number of companies. Let's see if Kimberly Clark is indeed on here. There they are. Okay, so at simplyinvesting.com, they are saying that Kimberly Clark is undervalued. Undervalued. And Seeking Alpha, our friends there say what? All holes across the board there as well. And dividend yield theory would say they're pretty much fairly valued right now. But because they're downtown to Chinatown, is there any action that can be had? What's Zach saying about it? Zach is saying that is what's their score going to be? Oh, a 2. They're saying it's a buy. Hello. Next earning date is in July, so they must have just reported. Let's go to our Yahoo board and see what their report. Quick look at the report. Back up here, right here. Calendars. The internet doing just thunderous work today. Earnings. Happening. What is happening with you, internet? You could do it, Kimberly Clark. There's some letters. Okay, so Kimberly Clark, they reported their earnings on the 25th, and the estimate was $1.32 earnings per share, and they knocked it out of the park with 1.67. 26% surprise. So their guidance was probably downtown to Chinatown or a little gray, a little uninspiring. What does Kimberly Clark say on the action? Do they have any action that might be serviceable? Just a little options trade. That's all we're looking for. Just a little trade. We'll go out a week just to see what the action is. Why does that say it was up? This 142 strike is up 4,900%. Is that correct? Is that correct? Let's go back here. Let's click through Kimberly Clark and see what they've been doing year to date. We already looked at it, didn't we? Aren't they down? No, they're up. What is happening? Is that year to date? So they were down in the 120s just last month. I don't like that either. I don't like it. Where are all the opportunities? Where are all the undervalued stocks at? All right. A whole lot of nothing, huh, Bart? Yeah, a whole lot of nothing went on. I will say that I did watch the first part of the NFL draft and I watched through the Packers pick. No, I think I watched a couple. Yeah, I watched a couple of picks after that. I like the Packers pick. I'll have to do a little bit more research on him. He is an edge rusher, and they do need an edge rusher to complement Rashawn Gary on the other side, who was injured last year, but he is going to be a superstar. And Kenny Clark in the middle. So I'll fast forward and watch the rest of the Packers picks because it'll be on again tonight. Got F1 racing this weekend. I'm very excited about that. They have been off the calendar for the last 3 weeks, and I do miss them. I miss my man Max Verstappen and the Red Bull Racing team with Checo, the Mexican. That's a great team. And I'm not a bandwagon guy. Actually, as soon as I started watching Drive to Survive back in 2020, for some reason Max Verstappen stuck out as kind of like a bratty savant. Like he's young as can be. You know, in 2020 he was young as can be. He didn't take any garbage from not even his teammates, let alone his team. Max Box, I will not. I was like, okay, that's my guy. And since then, since I became a fan of his, he has won back-to-back championships. So we got that going for us. I'm excited about that. I got a bunch of Cubs to catch up on. Ladies coming in town, and we're picking up Coco on Sunday from Purdue. So we got all kinds of great things going on. I will be checking back soon. Hopefully I'll have maybe some trade to do. I just, for some reason, not feeling it at the very moment. I will see you in the next video.